welcome back to my channel. So today I'm sharing a Q&A with you guys. I asked on Facebook and Instagram for some questions that you guys want answered from me. So we're going to get right into it. A lot of the questions are just from like what I've quickly looked at. Have a lot to do with me being like going back to work, being a working mom, just mom things in general. So I think it's going to be a lot of like mom type questions, and I do know that there's one about doing YouTube as well. So we'll just get right into it and see how many I can get through. So my first question is from Taylor Meyer, and a few of these people left their YouTube channels, so I will leave them down below if you want to check them out. Thank you guys so much for your questions. She asked, what job will you be going back to and what will you do for childcare? So my job is I don't even know what my what is my technical name? I think it's like a documentation expediter is my technical on my signature name. Essentially I just work for a industrial company that works in the oil industry. I work at a desk all day long, you know, sending reports and documents back and forth to customers. I also liaison with our suppliers and get documents from them, and then again turn those around and send them to our customers. And then she also said, what will you do for childcare? So it's a little complicated right now. My sister is a social worker. She works for a company that does before and after school programs inside a elementary school. So she actually will be done work this week. So she'll be watching Colton for the first 2 months because she'll be off for the summer, obviously, while the kids aren't in school. And then she'll be going back to work in September when the kids go back to school. So then Colton will be going to our friend. She has 4 kids, 2 are in school and 2 are at home with her. So Colton will be joining in with the 2 kids that are at home with her, and she'll be doing our childcare from there. And then once Colton turns 18 months, we'll kind of revisit it and see if we want to put him into daycare or maybe part-time daycare with her a few days and in a daycare. I'm not sure. Here, I don't know if it's everywhere, but here daycare is still really, well, it's really expensive either way, but it's really expensive until the baby turns 18 months. And then the price drops, not drastically, but a pretty large amount. So we for sure we're not putting him into any kind of daycare until he's at least 18 months. So You'll Love It asked me, when are you planning on having more kids? So as of right now, we are not planning on having more kids anytime soon. If we do have more kids, that would be 1 kid, would be not for a while. But as of right now, we're not planning on having any more kids. 1 for us is enough. We own our house and we both work good jobs, but having kids is expensive, and like I just said, childcare is expensive, and you know, diapers are expensive, and he's weaning off formula, but you know, formula and things for kids is expensive. And in our situation right now and what we're trying, you know, we're renovating our house and whatnot, we have a new car. We can't afford a second kid right now, and I think it is really financially irresponsible if we were to have another kid. We can't afford another child, and why would we do that? So as of right now, we're not planning on having any more kids. So my friend Courtney Allison, hi Courtney, said, what struggles do you face juggling mom life, housework, and having personal time? So right now, like I said, I'm on maternity leave, so it's a little easier. Colton usually takes like a solid 3-hour nap during the day. That's when I try to use that time as wisely as possible. I have a shower. I try to do some cleaning maybe in the kitchen, or I'll film a video of me cleaning. So that kind of knocks out 2 things there. I get a video filmed and I cleaned. You know, I try to use that as like my personal time as well. Like I said, I'll take a shower, I'll watch the TV shows. Like I don't I don't want to waste those 3 hours if I don't have to, but sometimes you're tired and you don't want to clean and you don't want to work on YouTube and you don't want to do this and you don't want to do that. You just want to sit down and watch the freaking Kardashians. Like, and that's fine. Everyone deserves a break. Colton also goes to bed at 7, so usually around 7. So I usually use the time afterwards to do cleaning and personal time, and you know, Kenny and I will watch a movie when we're done and have a snack or whatever. So right now it's easy. I don't know how going back to work I'm going to juggle it. I'm really nervous about it. I think it's kind of one of my anxiety issues. I'm having a little bit of anxiety about going back to work, and I know that is one of the causes of it. I'm not sure how I'm going to juggle it all, but people do it every day. So I will figure it out, and I don't know. To-do lists, I think, will be a big help. I love to-do lists. So Sky from the Hitchcock Herd asked, when did you meet your SO, so my significant other? So Kenny and I actually met in high school. Yep. We've been dating for 10 years. We've been engaged for almost 3 years. We were actually supposed to get married. What is the date today? We were supposed to get married in 4 days, but I got pregnant. So we stopped planning the wedding. Not that it was totally in full swing planning mode, but we stopped planning the wedding and moved to like buying baby stuff mode. Yeah, so we met in high school. We had a business class together. I was in grade 11 and he was doing a second semester of grade 12 to finish his credits to graduate. And I somehow got put into a grade 12 business class. It's not the class that I chose, like when we did our class choosing thing. Somehow I got put into this business class. So I was like really mad about it. And this guy kept like bothering me every day. He tried to give me his number. He was always trying to talk to me. He was like the president of the business class because we had to like make a business. But he was like, this guy is Kenny. He became the president of our business class, which like was hilarious because he didn't do anything in that class. He just like sat there and like talked to his friends. So I met him in that class, but we actually didn't date for another like year and a half, I think, after that. We started dating it was February 14th. It was actually Valentine's Day of 2008. It was my prom. He went to prom with me. We were just like kind of seeing each other, hanging out, and he went to my prom with me and he asked me to be his girlfriend that night. So, and that was kind of the end of it. So, yeah, so we've been together for over 10 years now, but we're like the cliche, we met in high school, blah, 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 whatever. That's lame. So Britt Demansky asked, what is your favorite thing about being a mom? What is the hardest thing about being a mom? I think that my favorite thing about being a mom is like getting to watch a little person grow up. Like, I had a little sister growing up and I was like 6 when she was born, almost 6 when she was born. And I was there and I remember things about it, but I don't remember her like growing up, if that makes sense. Like seeing her like grow, and like I guess maybe it was because you're not actively involved. Like you can't tell when she's grown out of clothes, or when she's moved up in a diaper size, or when her shoes don't fit anymore or something. And so I think that's really cool to watch a person get bigger, if that makes sense. Like I have it like see, oh my god, like his clothes don't fit anymore. Oh, I have to go up a size in diapers. Like it's cool to be actively involved in someone growing up and knowing that you're like helping them do that. It's also pretty cool when like you know when your kid knows who you are. And so like when they're a tiny little baby, like they know who you are because you're like in their face all day long. But like when you can tell that your child can actually like knows that you're their mom or your dad or even their like grandma, grandpa, or aunt, it's really cool to be able to tell that they know that like they know you. I think that's really cool. And what is the hardest thing about being a mom? I think, I don't want to say patience, because like you just have to have patience with their kids, but sometimes like you just don't know how to help them, especially when you're a first-time mom. And I'm sure even for people who have 16 kids, sometimes you just don't know how to help them. Sometimes they just like are in a bad mood. They're people too. You're in a bad mood sometimes too. But I find it really frustrating when he's like crying, or you can tell that he's mad about something, but especially right now he can't communicate with what he wants. So you don't know what's wrong. Does he need a bottle? Does he want something to eat? Does he want his diaper changed? Does he want to play with a different toy? Does he want to go outside? Does he want to go inside? I don't know what his problem is sometimes. And I find that really frustrating, especially if I'm like in a group of people or I'm out in public and people are, I know that like it's probably other moms being like, oh, this poor girl. But yeah, I think that's what I find the hardest thing to deal with as a mom. So Foxy's domestic side asked, how do you feel about going back to work after being off for a year? What are your plans for your baby when you go back? Good luck. The first few months are rough, then you get into a routine and it becomes the new norm. Good luck. So thank you. So her first question is, how do you feel about going back to work after being off for a year? It's hard. And I think it's hard for a lot of reasons. Being off of work for a year, like, I don't want to go back to work. Who wants to go back to work? There are times when like, obviously I'm like, okay, I wish that I like could go like leave the house for a purpose, I guess, every day and like go make more money, because I do, obviously we get paid to be on maternity leave, but we don't make our full wage unless the company that you work for tops up how much you're getting from the government. So that is a struggle. So I am looking forward to making a little more money, but then again, I have to pay childcare. So I'm not happy about having to go back to work. I'm not happy about having to leave him with someone else, even though it's my sister and then a friend. It's people I know. It's not like he's going to daycare where I don't know the people that work there. So I think that is really hard, is like, I don't know. That's how I feel though. And then her second question is, what is your plans for your baby when you go back to work? So I kind of already answered that. My sister will be taking him for the first 2 months, and then our friend after that. So the next question is from Life with London, and her question is, what is something no one prepared you for about being a mom? I think I knew a lot, and that's because like I said, a lot of the people that I work with are older than me, and so a lot of them already have kids, and they're brutally honest, which is really helpful. They told me a lot about how the labor was gonna go and what having kids is like. You know, they complain about some things about their kids, and so I was pretty prepared for like the crappy things about being a parent. And not to sound like being a parent is crappy, but there are times when like if you're tired or you're frustrated or you're exhausted or you're angry or you're just sad, and they helped to prepare me for that. Thank you, Jen and Lori. So I found that really helpful. But I guess something that I wasn't prepared for is honestly how tired you are, especially at the beginning. You think, okay, like the baby is going to go to sleep, and then in like 3 or 4 hours they're going to wake up and want a bottle. I'll go in, give them a bottle, put them back to bed, or depending on if you have them in the bed with you or in the, you know, in the room with you. We had him in a crib. You know, you're going to feed the baby and you're going to go back to bed. No. You're trying to feed the baby, you have to stop and burp them, you have to finish the bottle, then you have to burp them again. Then you have to get them back to sleep if they didn't fall asleep with the bottle. It's like, you're up all night long. You're up all night long and you're up all day. The whole sleep when the baby sleeps is bullshit, because now you're wide awake. You have to go back to bed, try to get back to sleep during the day. I don't have time to be taking a nap when the baby naps. My house is a disaster. I'm wearing like dirty clothes because I have no laundry done. I'm eating off paper plates because I gave up on doing dishes. Like, you're just not prepared for how much work it is, especially at the beginning. And I think that is like the biggest thing, is like you just have to know that it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be like what you see in movies, unless it's a movie where they show you that it's not perfect. Like, Don't try, do things that are going to make it easier for you. Like something as simple as, and I make sure that I recycle afterwards and whatnot, but we don't use, even to this day, because it's so much work, we don't use like glasses right now. We literally use red Solo cups and then recycle them. And it just makes it so much easier. Our dishwasher is broken, so we have to hand wash like cups. You could use like 6 cups in a day. That's so many more dishes on top of the dishes that you already have to do. Help yourself out. Even if it's for 3 months, help yourself out with easy things that you can help yourself with. Move all the bottle things up into, like if your kitchen is downstairs, let's say move all the things that you need to make a bottle upstairs if you can, and have them on like the kitchen or the bathroom sink, and then all you have to do is make the bottle and go in the room rather than trying to run downstairs, make the bottle, put it in the warmer, bring everything upstairs if you can. So much easier. Do what you need to do to make life easier for you. So that was like a bit of a tangent, but Jana from Good Life Explorers asked, what is one thing you said you would have never done as a parent that you have already done? This is gonna be like so minuscule and stupid, but I always said that I wasn't gonna let my baby run around in a diaper. I don't know why. That's just something I said. I guess I was always afraid that like babies would learn how to like rip their diaper off, but he hasn't learned to do that yet, and he's a year old. He does occasionally like run around with like a t-shirt and a diaper on. He will sometimes run around with just a diaper on. It's not my favorite thing because I am still afraid that he's going to learn how to take off the diaper and throw it. But I don't know why, but I always said that I wasn't going to let my kids run around in a diaper. I don't know. It's just so weird, but that is one thing I always said. Next is Tiffany from Red Wine and Blue Mom, which is an adorable name for her channel. She said, okay, I'm always so jealous of the maternity leave laws everywhere but in the States. So in California, we get anywhere from 6 to 12 weeks of maternity leave. So my question is, do you think it's harder going back to work after a year versus only a few weeks? That's a really good question. Thank you for that, because I have thought about this. So I get the pros and cons of being off for a year, and actually recently here in Canada they have introduced an extended maternity leave. You can take up to 18 months, but you get less money. So currently on the 12-month maternity leave, which is what I chose because that was all that was available at the time, you get 55% of your wage. So that's really not a lot of money. And like when you're now introducing another person into your family unit, so you actually have more expenses than you did before. So then they extended it to the 18-month. You can choose either the 12 or the 18. If you choose the 18, you're only getting paid 33% because they stretch out the amount that you got in the 12 months into the 18 months. You don't get more money. I can't even imagine trying to live off of 33% of my wage. Like, I can't. I couldn't do it. I still would have had to do the 1 year. So when she says, do you think it's harder going back to work after a year versus only a few weeks? If it was coming from a standpoint of financial and you needed to go back because of financial issues, it would be easy for me. Because if you can't provide for your family and you need the money, hands down, you have to go. But just from a, I guess, normal standpoint, I do think that it is like a pro and con thing. So I think if I had been with him for less time, maybe I wouldn't have, this is going to sound really horrible, but I wouldn't be so used to being with him every single day that I almost wouldn't know the difference, I guess. But because now I've been with him every single day, all day long for a full year, it's going to be so weird, I think, for both of us to not be around each other all day, every day. So now I have to completely 180 what I do every day, wake up earlier, get ready, go to work, and then I'm actually not seeing Colton before I go to work because I leave at 6 a.m. and he usually doesn't wake up till 7. I'm actually not seeing him in the morning. I'm only seeing him after work. So I think that the whole year thing is a little harder in that situation because I'm just so used to being home. But on the flip side, I guess if I don't know. I'm just so thankful for the year off. I just can't imagine having to go back to work after a few weeks. I was really sick for the first 5 days after having him, so I was completely out of commission then. And then I still was not feeling 100% for probably 2 or 3 months. I can't imagine having to have gone back to work after having a baby. Like, you pushed a baby out of you, or you had a C-section. That's like major surgery, and I cannot believe that women are being forced to go back to work after just a few weeks either having major surgery or pushing a baby out of them. It's crazy. I can't even imagine. I guess like maybe 6 months would be okay. I think that when I was born, that maternity leave was 6 months. I think my mom had 6 months. But I just can't imagine a few weeks. That's horrible. So I think it's kind of a double-edged sword, that the year is great, but I can see that it probably is a little harder to go back once you've been off for an entire year. So Natia, I hope I'm saying your name right, from DeMello Mommy asked, my question is, what is the hardest part about transitioning from a working parent outside of the home to a stay-at-home mom for your maternity leave? So, honestly, it was kind of easy because, and I know this is like a little bit of a different situation, but I had gestational diabetes, I had really bad back pain, and I had low iron in my last few months of pregnancy. So I ended up speaking with my doctor and speaking with my work, and they exchanged notes and whatnot, and I ended up doing, I think it was 2 to 3 days a week from home. I was working 2 to 3 days a week from home. When you're a mom, like, you sometimes don't get to shower every day. And so I think even that is kind of different, that like you have to get used to, you know, just wearing like your sweats every day because, you know, the baby didn't sleep great last night, and so you have to make sure that they get a nap. And that's, you know, sometimes you don't even get to leave the house when they're that small. Colton was born like right at the beginning of the summer, so it was really hot outside. So if it was like 30 or more degrees, I didn't even go outside. There was no point to it. It was too hot. He was too little. I didn't leave the house. And then also with the winter, I'm from Canada, and so it snows badly sometimes. So there would be weeks on end that I didn't get to leave the house unless we went like grocery shopping. And that was horrible. And so I can understand how it would be really hard to switch from going to work every day to being at home stuck in the house with a baby all day long. Also just the fact that you're taking care of a person every day, and that's a lot of work, and it's a different kind of work unless I guess you're like a daycare worker or something. But for me, I, you know, sit at a desk all day, and so it's a completely different type of work that I'm switching to. So I think it's the flip side now too, that I'm going to be going back to work. It's going to be really weird to sit all day long after chasing like basically a toddler, because he's been walking since he was like 10 months. You know, from going from chasing him around to sitting all day long is going to be a really weird flip. So my friend Lindsay from Domer Home asked, with family vlogging, how do you balance getting enough content with spending quality time with family? What are your thoughts on privacy and how much to share / not share about your family and child on the internet? How do you balance YouTube and family? What are your plans for balancing YouTube, family, and work? So those are all really great questions. Thank you so much, Lindsay. I'm sure that you're watching. So her first question, I'm going to break this up so I can make sure I get all the answers. So her first question, with family vlogging, how do you balance getting enough content with spending quality time with family? Right now, I'm balancing it because, like I said, Colton gets his 3-hour nap. I try to do like a cleaning video during that. Sometimes on the weekend I'll do that. Today, I'm filming 3 sit-down videos in a row so that I can have those as like a bank. For vlogging, it's a little harder. You know, sometimes we don't do anything all day. You know, we go to the park. So I did do our weekly vlogs for a little while. That was fun because we just did kind of like little snippets of the week so you guys could see what we were doing. I think that I might bring those back when I go back to work so that you can see maybe my outfits or what Colton's doing. I can maybe ask my sister to take little videos of Colton with what she's doing with him, so that you guys can kind of see like what I'm doing and what Colton's doing during the day. I think that might be fun. But it is sometimes a struggle to get content if Colton, you know, isn't feeling well, or you had a really like bad week, or Maybe the video idea I had didn't work out. Sometimes I do struggle to get content. So if you guys have noticed, like sometimes I only uploaded like 2 times a week instead of 3, that's because like a video didn't work out or I just didn't get it filmed. And so I try to, as much as I can, like make a to-do list of all the videos I want to make, write them on my calendar. Sometimes I have to like move it around or reschedule, but I do try to do that. I love doing collabs because for me, I find that it makes me more accountable for the day that I want to upload it because people are counting on me to do it. So her next question is, what are your thoughts on privacy and how much to share or not share about family and child on the internet? So I totally respect people who don't put their pictures of their kids on the internet, don't put video. That's totally great, and I totally get that. Especially I would understand it too, like I get like you don't know if like one day one of your videos goes viral and you get like a bajillion subscribers, but as a smaller channel, I know a lot of people aren't watching me. I know that there are weirdos online. I try not to put like, you know, naked pictures of Colton on the internet. I think that's weird anyways. I try to make sure that he's like fully clothed or at least with a diaper on in videos. So I try to like keep it as normal for him. I don't do too much like daily vlogging. I think that daily vlogging would be pretty invasive. That's why, again, I like the weekly vlogs. I can just kind of show little snippets, a little edit of our week, you know. And as for privacy, I guess I don't add people, like I don't accept people, I guess, on Facebook that I don't know. I don't share a lot of super personal stuff on my Instagram. And then my personal Instagram is private, so people can't follow me there or can't just like find me, I guess. I don't know. I try to be as censored as possible. You know, I don't share a ton of like, if Colton and I are somewhere alone, I guess that makes sense. I wouldn't share that online, especially if I did gain more followers. I'm not looking for that kind of like attention, you know. Obviously it'd be really cool to like meet people if I'm out, but I don't know how many people in the city I watch are subscribers, so you know what I mean. But I do try to at least censor a little bit, and especially for him growing up too, if I continue to do this, I don't want him to be like picked on and stuff for like things he's done on the internet. So I'm probably not going to post like super embarrassing things that he does as he gets older and whatnot. So I hope that like keeps it as private as possible. We're just kind of sharing the bare minimum of what we need to share. Her next question is, how do you balance YouTube and family? So like I said, I just tried to film videos either when Colton's sleeping. I have filmed videos when he's not sleeping. I'm sure you guys have seen him like running around during my cleaning videos once in a while. I had to film with him sitting on the couch the one time for the how to choose your outfits for a family photo shoot. He just would not nap that day, and I really wanted to film that video and get it up. It was a request, so I had him sit on the couch with me, and he actually did really well. He like looked at a book and played with, you know, some of the clothes and stuff. So I just kind of try to do what I can. And Kenny's not totally against being on camera, but I don't like vlog and like put it right in his face. It's just not what he's like into. We're really more of like a mom and baby channel than like a family vlogging channel. But Kenny will be in videos. You guys will see a couple videos coming up that he's in, of just like vlogs of us doing things for Colton's birthday. So he's not totally against it. He does support my channel, and yeah, so I guess that's how I try to balance it. I just try to do it when I have free time. And then her final question is, what are your plans for balancing YouTube, family, and work? And as of right now, I really don't know. I don't want to slack on videos. I've really been enjoying interacting and meeting people and posting videos. I've really been enjoying it as like a creative outlet. I've always watched YouTube, and I've always wanted to, you know, post consistently to a channel. And so I don't want to like ruin it by going back to work, but I have to go back to work. I'm not making any money from YouTube, unfortunately, yet. So I need money. I need a job. So I'm just gonna have to use my time at home wisely. You know, when I'm doing my nightly cleaning or weekly cleaning on the weekends. I can film my cleaning videos. I can try to film maybe sit down videos when I get home from work because I'll be dressed nicely and I'll have my hair done kind of thing. I just have to plan accordingly and try to get things done when I have time. So hopefully I can still remain on my like 2 or 3 videos a week schedule, but we'll see. Okay, and then the final question is actually on Instagram. This is from Jacqueline. She's always super sweet on Instagram. She always answers my like stuff on, what do they call, on my stories. So she asked, what advice do you have for a mom who is thinking about starting a YouTube channel? Just do it. Pick up your phone, pick up your camera, whatever you want to do, and film whatever you want. You know, it's so, I don't want to say it's easy because it's not easy, but it's easy to find something to film. Do you want to just do vlogging? Vlog your day. Do you want to film cleaning videos? Clean. Just film yourself cleaning. Do you want to film makeup videos? If you wear makeup, film yourself putting your makeup on. Do you want to film hauls? Buy your stuff, come home, lay it out, or sit down and talk about what you bought. You know, unless you want to do super produced videos, which I'm not against. There are some women, there are moms that I watch who make produced videos, like super produced videos. But if you just want to be a vlogger style channel, just pick up your camera and film. It doesn't have to be fancy. Do you have a kid? Do you have like editing software? If you have an iPhone, you can get everything on the iPhone. You can get iMovie. You can get other types of editing software. You can get Canva to make your thumbnails. You can get Creator Studio to upload. You can get the YouTube app to answer your comments. Like whatever you need, you can do it on a phone as long as it's like an iPhone or an Android or whatever. I happen to have a DSLR. That's what I'm currently filming on. I film my vlogs on my phone because I don't have a vlogging camera yet. I edit on my iMac. I used to edit on my MacBook. I just happen to have those cameras. I didn't buy them for YouTube. It doesn't need to be fancy. I don't have lighting. I don't have like a ring light. Not that I can use a ring light because I wear glasses. But, you know, it's not hard to set it up. It's hard to do it. You know, just to make sure that you're answering comments and you're uploading and you're editing and you're doing all the, you know, the background stuff. If you want to make it more about social media, I have my Twitter, my Pinterest, my Instagram, my Facebook, my YouTube. I'm answering emails. I do it all myself. I only have like 850 subscribers, so I can't even imagine what it would be like if you had like 10,000 subscribers. So I was watching, who was that I was watching? Love Meg was actually talking about that recently, how once you get around like 70,000 subscribers, which like I can only hope I can hit something cool like that one day, she had to get help. So I don't know if she has like a manager or some kind of like behind the scenes helper, but it gets to a point where you can't do it all. You can't answer all the emails. You can't answer all the inquiries. You can't do it all yourself. But to get there, you have to start and do it yourself. Just pick up your camera and talk to the camera. Pick up your camera and film yourself cleaning. Whatever you want to do it. And put it on the internet and somebody's going to watch it. Like, it's not like there's nobody around to watch things. You know, share it on your Facebook. Start making friends with other YouTube moms. Just tell people about your channel. Maybe your friends and family want to watch. I've recently shared, you know, my channel, my journey on Facebook. I hadn't really shared it. Only a few of my friends and a couple people in my family knew about it. And I gained a few subscribers from that. Not many. I guess a lot of people don't watch YouTube or they didn't care to subscribe. That's fine. But I did gain a few subscribers from that. And I have a Facebook page and I have a bunch of people who check out my content on my Facebook page from my family and friends. So, you know, you just got to put yourself out there. And if you're willing to just put the work in, then people will start to notice you. And it's not going to happen overnight. It hasn't happened overnight for me. I've been uploading consistency for like 6 months. I had one video go a tad bit viral. And by viral, I don't even mean anywhere near close to viral. But it has like 35,000 views or whatever. And I didn't gain that much traction from it. People just liked that one video, I guess. And you have to understand that it's not going to happen overnight. You just have to put yourself out there. And people are going to notice too if you're not being yourself, and if you're not, if you're they're going to notice if you're trying to do it for the money or try to do it for the free stuff or try to do it for the fame or whatever. People are going to notice. So you just need to be doing it for the love of it. And like I said, this is a creative outlet for me. I really love sharing things with other moms, and I love making friends, and I also just love, I guess, it's almost like a virtual scrapbook, sort of. Like, I've done videos of things that Colton and I have done. They're not out yet, but I did a couple of vlogs of his birthday and of his birthday party, and that's going to be really cool to have all those memories for him to look back on if he wants to at some point. So just put yourself out there and do it, and people will pay attention. So I guess that's my advice for moms who want to start YouTube. And that is my final question. So I'm sure this video is super long. I will try to edit as much as I can, but I do want it to be like really raw, and so I'm sorry if it was really long, and thank you if you made it this far. But if you guys are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. I would love to have you stick around and continue watching my videos. Like I said, try to do 2 to 3 videos a week, maybe more sometimes. I don't know. Videos will be kind of getting a little different. I'll be talking about a little more stuff, I guess, with being a working mom in the next couple weeks. So I hope you guys will enjoy that kind of content. If you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button and let me know down below. And let me know if you guys have any more questions. You can leave them down below, and I can probably do like a part 2 to this Q&A. Which I would love to. I love answering your guys' questions. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Hey, I say I'm doing